what you can do. Wow. All right, so this is, I'm Kristen Dillon, the music teacher. These students have been with me all year, and we are at this point going to demonstrate a lot of different activities throughout the year that we've learned, and put together everything from first grade so you can see the culmination of the project that they have done. So we're going to start off with, we had learned in the very first song, very first day, the history of the Star-Spangled Banner. So we are going to sing that, as well as there's another song called One Nation. Fifth grade, ready?
I'll wait, she's coming. By the way, if anybody does come in late, Mr. J, stand up!
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what
lovely. All right. So let's. Here's some of the things we do in class. We learn solfege. Solfege is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. We started the story in first grade, and the pitches have been moving into music land, and now in fifth grade we got to the end of the story. We got to a major scale. And we're going to practice using our solfege in this song called Solfege Song. It has 3 parts. Enjoy. No-nonsense syllables that don't have any meaning. What it does is it gets you fluent in the scale and the pitches, and so all you do is just put words to it. So now we're going to demonstrate a song called Scales and Arpeggios. The way we learn the song is we sing it in solfege. Once we know the melody, then we just add the words. So we'll sing it in solfege. Do, to, do, re, re, mi, do, re, mi, fa, sol. Alright, so then we're going to take that tune and sing a song called Scales and Arpeggios from the Disney movie. Anybody remember what movie it's from? Say it out. Aristocats. can you talk while they're quiet? So then, once you can sing a song in solfege, essentially then you can play it on any instrument. You just find out where do is and you just do the pattern. So we went to centers. If you guys could go to the other side, kind of make your line go back behind, please. Isabel, Ella, Tanvi, go behind and make your line go behind the risers. Thank you. So we go to centers and we often try to reproduce or play these tunes on xylophones or bells or in this case the keyboard. These guys are going to play scales and arpeggios. Take it away. Go ahead, hon.
Some of them take piano, some don't. They work it out with the solfege letter.
In the middle of that song, thank you, nice job. We did, you saw I pulled 3 kids out and they did something with their hands. That's called the Kerwin hand signs. Each pitch is assigned a signal and then it indicates the kinesthetic feel of high, low, and such. So we sing with our hands quite a bit, and it's very helpful for me when we did that 3-part. I could lead different parts just with my hand. So I can conduct 3 different parts, not having to sing all 3 at the same time, but your hands are useful. So having them have that skill here is going to really help the music teachers and the other grades. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to sing Ode to Joy. Actually, no, they did the same thing. Mi, mi, fa, so, the Ode to Joy. We're going to have some kids play that for you. So if you are not band, just the piano and Jenna, go ahead and get to those instruments, okay? Adam, Hayden, Grace, spotted it, and just, all right. Okay, so Ode to Joy was another option. Now they play all of them in the centers. They just wanted to.
So in the cyberphone center, they can try as well. So she's gonna do it here. So it's good.
How you would use just one melody using your solfege. So what we did, the big thing in 5th grade was learning how to do harmony now, using several parts at the same time, and how to write notes that sound good together. So we introduced in 5th grade chords. The houses, the playhouses we talked about. The one kids are who? Who lives in the one chord? Anybody shout it out? Shout out, Grayson. Domi and Saw, hanging out to the head of the house of the one chord. Logan, Do is the head. Then you got your kids that play in that other house. Who are they? Who live in the 5 chord. So, Hayden, give it a try. Ray is in there. T. So T, Ray, and there's one more up high, a little, give it to me. It's actually just Fa. Yeah, Mrs. Doe isn't involved in that one yet. Okay, so you got your 5 chords. Basically, once you learn which notes live in the chord, they always sound good together. You can play a Do with a Mi or a So, or you can play a T with a Re or a Fa. That's all you really need to know to do the project they're going to show you. We're going to sing a song called Long, Long Ago. Then we learn the chords, we'll demonstrate that. Then it's all going to get loose here. Here we go. So why don't we sing it first? Get my chord kids over here, okay?
Improv means you can make up now. Basically, Ari and Carrie are going to play any notes they want that live in the 1 chord when the 1's up, and the boys are going to take care of the 5, and we're going to sing the song. You guys ready? Ready, I sing. Few kids are going to demonstrate Faith, Abby. Kendall and Ian are all going to play the Long, Long Ago onto the keyboards, and then the band is going to play it for you.
which is shh. You just take sponges, you can apply it on any instrument. And so the band kids now are learning band instruments, all different new fingerings, but music translates. And so I wanted to show them they can still use these skills in that area. So a couple of kids, I think I'm going to start with Nolan. Nolan is going to play Ode to Joy. Trumpet, is it? Yeah. Yep, okay, and then Tyler's going to do it on his baritone, and then the band will. So here, go ahead, Ty, or no, Nolan first. 3-minute transition time here. We're going to move into rhythm syllables and learning rhythm because that's a very important part. Besides the pitch, the core stuff I described to you, we're going to have to do rhythm. The kids are all going to demonstrate some on bucket drumming and several on these drums here. So we're going to set up, if you could give us a moment, I'm going to have Rocknell's class is going to head that way. And this class is grabbing drums. And this class, please wait until the drums are out, and then you can get yours. All right, what we're going to do is,
These guys over here, Mrs. Bucknell's class, will demonstrate what literature looks like at the 5th grade level and perform the ultimate challenge on bucket drumming. It is the best to say and play now. You have to just sort of play it there, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, ready, begin.
Great. Is that good? To read and write. And we talked about that's not only for the English language but also for the musical language. So children are asked in all of my classes to be literate, which means they need to be able to read and write music. So in 5th grade, it culminates to this project quartet. So now that they've learned the pitches that work together, and they've got all these fancy rhythms now that they can put in, we've designed a project where they can begin to put it together. So the project started like this. There was a bass line, had to have 2 beats in a measure. They had to follow this chord progression that we set up ahead of time. We used any patterns that they wanted in their songs. The rule was that they needed to use the head of the household for the 1 chord, which is, and the head of the house for the 5 chord, which is. So they only could choose those 2 notes, but they could go crazy on rhythm. And it's kind of small, I guess I could make it bigger. This was an example of them. They all had to write it out. And I'm going to use Lucy's over and over just so we stay with the same one here. But so then they would have to literally hand write it out. Well, that was great. So we did the next. Oh wait, I'm going to play that for you. I got to go back. I did this. All right. Then we can take and click it into a computer program called NoteFlight. It's an online program. They all have an account with it. And we've been using them since 2nd, 4th, 5th grade, whatever. she clicked in this song, and then she can have it played back in any instrument that she wants. And so Lucy's bass line sounds like this, if I do it right. Okay, here it goes. So just follow the red. So you see, there's the 1s and 5s, just those notes only, but she could check any rhythm that she wanted. So then the next line of the quartet was the viola line. The requirements of the viola line follow a form, only quarter notes. So I took away all the rhythm choices now, but now I'm going to let them do sort of what these kids were doing on these bells. Pick any pitch, but it has to be in that chord, and it's going to sound good. Lucy's wrote that and followed through. There's her written line, and this is what it sounds like. The viola line, the violin line, which would be a kind of a more fancy line. We talked about, well, we had learned who lives in the chord, but I told him we like to break rules in music a lot. So how do you legally break the rules in music? You use things called neighbor tones and passing tones. So to demonstrate that, Lucy wrote this, and it sounds like this. What do you think? Oops. There we go again. Let's see. And then finally, the melody line is just basically, you gotta follow all the rules as far as the chord notes, but now you can use your own melody, you can have any rhythm, and Lucy went crazy, made a beautiful melody. This is what it sounds like, I think. Yep. So the great thing is, with this computer program then, obviously, is that you can have them all play at the same time. Because you can't really do that one kid at a keyboard by themselves, but their brains understand more than they're capable of doing physically, so when Lucy threw her mind into it, it came out like this. Oh my gosh, play it. This is Blake's. Here's the intro. one here, they can log in at home and play it for you there. Take the folders home. There's a piece of paper with them printed out for you. And make sure they have some fun over that. They can do a lot of exploring and creating. Okay, we are going to finish up with Balathon, Promised Land, Grump March, and Hurry It Up. Let's do Balathon first. Please come over.
Tim, C, goes.
Testing. Testing.
Ari, then.
Testing.
Abby.
Testing.
Grayson.
Testing.
I got it. All right, we're ready. You guys all set? Group 2 and 3, let's go.
May you have spaciousness and constant success. May you have the confidence to always do your best.
May you take no effort in your being generous. Sharing what you can, nothing more, nothing less.
May you know the meaning of the word happiness. May you always lead from the beating in your chest. May you be treated like an esteemed guest. May you get to rest. May you catch your breath. And may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa! May the road that's paved be the road that you follow. Whoa!
Well, is it hard that you're gonna bring? Is it life that you're gonna change? Is it the infinite possible ways to love you? I want you to have it. Is it the good times we're gonna have? You don't need money, you got a free pass. Is it the fact that I'll be sad without you? I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all.
It's fascinating, it's a slap, break, split. May you keep the chaos in the corner of your desk. May you have unquestionable health and then stress. Having a possession of immeasurable wealth. May you get a gold star and access. May your educated guesses always be correct. And may you look past and shatter like that. May you really own each moment to your next. And may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa! And may the road less paved be the road that you follow.
Well, is it the heart that you're gonna break? Is it the lives that you're gonna change? Is it the infinite possible ways to love you? I want you to have it. Is it the good times we're gonna have? You don't need money, you got a free pass. Is it the fact that I'll be sad without you? I want you to have it all. 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 Oh,
I want you to have it all you can imagine. No matter what your path is,
if you believe in anything can happen, go, go, go. Raise your glass and go, go, go.
you can have it all. I toast you.
Is it the heart that you're gonna break? Is it the life that you're gonna change? Is it the infinite possible ways to love you? I want you to have it. Is it the good times we're gonna have? You don't need money, you got a free pass. Is it the fact that I'll be sad without you? I want you to have it all. 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 Is it the good times we're gonna have? Have it all. You got a free pass. Is it the fact that I'll be sad without you? I want you to have it all.
Hello everyone, my name is Craig Gunderson. I'm the principal of Kennedy Elementary School. Let's give Mrs. Dillahunt and the 5th graders a round of applause. Very nice. 5th graders.